Dear student, I want to record a quick revision video what we have studied so far in knowledge based system. So if I hope all of you are okay and happy and enjoying the holidays. So I hope you are still remember some of the basic concepts, but let's have a quick revision. That expert system is a rule-based inference machine for particular domain of knowledge, meaning to say that expert systems are actually developed for some specific particular domain. Particular domain means that some specific expertise where the human expert is expert in that field. So we design expert system and get the knowledge from that human expert in that specific domain, and then later on we use the system as is like a human expert. The second definition, like expert system are systems which are capable for offering solution to a specific problem in a given domain. The all the keyword specifies that expert systems only work for a very narrow level, meaning to say they cannot generalize the problem solution. They are only designed for some specific problem, and the aim, the objective is to replace a human beings, meaning to say we don't have too much experts in different fields, so we want to get the knowledge and to make different copies of that knowledge and make available everywhere where the human being cannot access. Okay, these are some general concept about expert system. For example, one of the key component is the knowledge, the second component is the rule base, the knowledge base. Okay, and the third component is the inference engine. The knowledge is actually the human expert knowledge. So we this is our main target, to bring the knowledge into a computer readable format. So the knowledge is actually in human expert human brains. So the knowledge are human experts. So we want to get this knowledge and bring into a computer. So how to bring and how the knowledge will be stored in a computer. So the common procedures are to define a rule based system. Rule based, as we have discussed in detail, that it is if else system. So we get the knowledge from human beings and store in a computer in the form of if else condition. There are other procedures also, for example in a form of frames, in a fuzzy logic, and the advanced type is machine learning systems. Okay, so we get the knowledge from human expert and we store in a computer in the form of rules, and the rules are now readable in some specific structure. Computer can read and computer can process and computer can make decision on the basis of this. So which component is reading these rules and making the decision? That is the inference engine. So inference engine is another software which is used to analyze all the rules that we have designed, and then apply the rules in some current problem, and then analyze it, process it, and generate some solutions. Mostly the expert system is look like this, and that it takes an input. The input is a problem, is a case. Okay, and then the case is brought into the computer, and mostly it is stored in the working memory. Then the working memory is the current case that we want to observe. Okay, information about the current case. So information about the current case, the knowledge base that we have already designed, and the inference engine is processing these two components. What component? Knowledge base and working memory. So on the basis of this, the inference engine generate outputs. Outputs are the solution for that current case that we want to to get a solution about that. Okay, so as we discussed, that knowledge base is nothing. It is just the way to get the expertise from human beings and store in a computer in the form of if else rules. Okay, here is a one tricky point, that the knowledge in a human being's brain is actually in a tacit form. Tacit means that we don't know how it is stored. It is stored in array. It is stored in what format in a human brain. So it is in a tacit form, and the human got this knowledge, this expertise, on the basis of many year experience and knowledge and working hard. So now we want to get that knowledge and store in a computer in some structural way. Structural way means in some such a format that later on computer can read and can process. So the common procedures are if else, are frames. Some people are using fuzzy logic. Okay, and as I told you, the advanced one is the machine learning ways. And inference engine is nothing. It is just like a brain of the computer. So in human expert, actually the knowledge and the wisdom, the processing power, both are in a brain. So brain is storing memory, brain is processing the information and generate results. But in a computer, the knowledge, the information is stored as a if else rules, and the thinking power, the logical power, the intelligent component is the inference engine. The inference engine is reading all this information, processing it, and generate some results. There are some common differences between expert system and conventional systems. Conventional systems, in conventional system, the data and the logic are combined to each other. So meaning to say they are combined in such a way that any change in one component, if you change the data, it will change the logic. If you change the logic, it will affect the data, and ultimately will affect the final result. But in expert system, the knowledge base, the inference engine, the working memory, these are all completely separate component. So any change in one component is not affecting the other. Any change in a knowledge base will not affect the inference engine, and vice versa. There are some other differences also. For example, in conventional system, uh, are not making mistakes, meaning to say they are already either free, they are already compiled, they are already debugged. So every time when you run the same result, it will generate, and there will be no errors. If there is any mistake, any error, actually the conventional system will not run. Just like in a C++ program, if there is any very small mistake, for example, if you forget a semicolon also, the whole system will even not run. This is why it cannot make mistake. So but on the other hand, expert system may make mistake, meaning to say that if, for example, the current case that we are trying to observe, we are trying to solve it, the working memory informations are not correct, are not matching properly with the rule base. So maybe the inference engine will conclude something wrong. Another difference is that in conventional system there is no explanation part, meaning to say that the conventional system cannot explain to you how I am processing the information. For example, in a web-based system, if you open any website, you cannot ask the website how you are displaying the images, how you are displaying the different colors. No, there is no explanation part. But in expert system, actually the explanation part is a compulsory component. So whenever the expert system generate or conclude some result, the user can ask how you concluded, why you concluded like this. All the how, why questions you can ask, and the expert system will must explain to you. Similarly, the system operates only when it is completed, meaning to say the conventional system can only operate when it is complete from all aspects. If it is incomplete, it will even not run. But the expert system can run in the sense that if the knowledge base is incomplete, still it can run. If the knowledge, it means that, let's suppose the knowledge has 50 rules, it can still run. If the knowledge base has 100 rules, it still can run. If it has 1000 rules, it still can run. So it means there is no limitation, no such thing. Because why? Because they are separate components. This is why it can run. Execution of conventional system is step by step, meaning to say it will must run the first line first, then the second line, then the third line, and so on. But expert system is not working like this. It takes an input is current, is the current case that we want to get solution about that. It may be the person demography and the person symptom information. It is stored in a working memory, and then the inference engine takes the working memory information and compare with the rules. So it is not necessary that it will must compare with the first rule first, then the second rule, then the third rule. No, it depends on the value. It may match with rule number 50, it may match with rule number 100, and so on. So it means it doesn't work step by step. Conventional systems are complete. They must be complete from every aspect. There should not be any logical error. There should not be any syntax error. This is why it must be complete. Then it works. Otherwise, it will even not compile. But expert system can work even if there is less number less number of working memory information, or less number of knowledge base, less number of rules, or many number of rules. Okay, the conventional systems are best when they have a big database. Okay, effective manipulation of large databases means then when they have a big database, a lot of information, then their results are better. But expert systems are better if they have a big knowledge base. So you see, on one side is knowledge base, on the other side is database. Database means it is just numbers, just facts. Okay, but knowledge is actually is a higher level of numbers. Knowledge is a wisdom level. Database is just number. The wisdom is actually hidden in the numbers, but it needs some information, some processing to reach to knowledge level. So meaning to say knowledge is more efficient thing as compared to database. So conventional system represent data and expert system represent knowledge. Okay, so similarly in conventional system, the efficiency, the major goal is efficiency, how fast it can run or to generate the specified result. But expert system are actually the effective, the major goal is effectiveness, meaning to say the, the, the good thing about expert system is that it should conclude best conclusions, not in a short, meaning to say that the speed is not that much important. For example, if it conclude very quickly wrong conclusion, nobody like that and nobody will use that. Maybe it should take a bit time, but the conclusion is the best, exactly like the expert human. Then is the best expert system. Okay, similarly, okay, there are some types of expert system like standalone expert system and embedded expert system. Standalone expert systems are like this, that the whole computer is reserved for the expert system. So when the expert system is running, actually there is no other program which is part of the expert system. But the embedded one, in embedded expert system, other programs are merged or combined into it. For example, in these diagrams, you see the in the left one, the major component is expert system, but some other embedded algorithmic subroutine means that some other component, for example, maybe web application, maybe some other language applications are embedded inside the expert system. So the whole system is not only expert system, but something is embedded which is not expert system. The left one is the big part is algorithmic program, means other conventional program, but the expert system is embedded into that, inside that. Okay, this is the common way how we are designing expert system. Mostly we get the expertise from the human being. We try to find out a human expert, and then we get the expertise, the knowledge from the humans to into a computer. how the knowledge engineer actually get the human knowledge through different ways. For example, interview, questionnaire, discussion, observation, so many things. So get the knowledge of the human expert, bring to a computer and store in some structural way. Structural way means to store in a such a way that later on the computer can read and can process it. Mostly it is if else, it is frames, it is fuzzy logic, and then that structural form is called a knowledge base. And actually it is not easy to get the human expert knowledge in one step or in one meeting. It is a very difficult task. There will be cycles, meaning to say that the knowledge engineer will discuss with the human expert, understand something, design the knowledge base, then there will be refining of the knowledge base. We will have later on complete class about that, but it is a loop that the human expert will go back to the expert and verify the knowledge, and then again get more knowledge and more verifications. So this is a cycle, and it must be completed in a cycle, otherwise there will be some problems. For example, if the human expert explains something and the knowledge engineer understands something different and make the knowledge base of that, so actually the knowledge base will be wrong. So it needs verification from the human expert again. Some characteristic of expert system: that it must have high performance, it must have adequate response time, and it must be reliable. Reliable means that the conclusion should be correct. It should provide conclusion somehow like the human expert. Otherwise, nobody will want to use it. It should be easy to understand by the people to easily use it, and it should be flexible. Flexible in the sense that if, for example, the knowledge base is less, or knowledge base is changed, or the data is changed, we modify the knowledge base, or we modify the working memory, it should be still able to work. Similarly, it increase availability, meaning to say, as I told you at the beginning, that human experts are a very precious asset of every society, and mostly they are less in number. So human experts cannot be provided to every community because they are less in number. So when we get the knowledge from the expert and store in a computer, then it's easy for us. We can make different copies, we can install the system in many computers, and we can provide to different places. So it increase the availability. It also reduces the cost in the sense that when a human expert becoming an expert, actually it need a lot of resources, it needs time, it need a lot of hard work, it need a lot of money to become an expert. There is a history behind every human expert. So if when we successfully get the knowledge from human expert and store in a computer, so then later on that system actually doesn't cost that much as compared to the actual human beings. Similarly, it reduces the danger also, meaning to say anything can happen to the human, but the system, we can make hundreds of copies, we can make a backups of this, so then it is danger free. Okay, and its performance is when it stored in a computer, and when it is tested that the expert system is okay, then after that its performance is more reliable, meaning to say it can better work than the human. Why? Because it cannot tired anymore, it doesn't have any emotions, it doesn't have any feelings, so you can use 24/7. Okay, and you can use everywhere. In the same way, we can actually combine several expertise into one human expert, meaning to say for some specific domain, maybe there will be several human experts. So get the knowledge from different human expert and install in a one expert system. And it increases reliability, meaning to say that the expert system cannot be tired, it cannot be angry to anyone. Okay, so therefore it can increase the reliability. Explanation part, as we discussed, Every expert system have explanation part. It can explain how they are concluding, and its response is very fast as compared to human beings. uh, Expert systems are steady and emotional and complete response all the time, and they can work like intelligent tutor. Okay, and the databases in expert systems are actually intelligent databases, meaning to say actually they are knowledge. Okay, they are not simple numbers like data mining, etc. In indirect benefit, meaning to say that the knowledge base is explicitly known instead of being implicit to the expert mind. Explicit and implicit means that in a human expert, the knowledge is stored in such a way that we don't know in what format is it. But in an expert system, actually we know how the knowledge is stored. So this is the benefit that the wisdom is stored in such a way that we know we can modify, we can add, we can update. There are some limitation of expert system also. For example, expert system cannot increase its knowledge by itself. Expert system cannot learn by experience like human beings. So this is the limitation of expert system. Similarly, a human expert know the extent of their knowledge, meaning to say they know how much they know. For example, if there is a doctor and of some specific field, and if a patient come to that doctor and that patient is maybe very serious or maybe from other domain, then the human expert can tell the person that this is my limitation, I cannot handle this case. But actually expert system don't know what they know. So this is the difference. And lack of casual knowledge, expert system do not really have an understanding of the underlying causes and effect, meaning to say actually expert system don't know why the case happened. So cause and effect, like a human beings we know. Okay, we can use common sense, we can analyze the problems in a different way, but expert system cannot. Expert system expertise is limited, meaning to say whatever we store, that is its expertise. But actually human expertise are multidimensional in many different ways. Similarly, expert system cannot generalize their knowledge. Okay, but a human expert can. Okay, and the another problem in expert system is that actually the way to get the knowledge from human expert is stored in a computer. It is not an easy task. It is the most challenging task, that how to get the knowledge exactly how exactly in the sense that how much the a human expert know, can you bring the same intelligence to a computer also. It's actually a quite challenging task. These are some categories of expert system. For example, expert system can be for interpretation purpose, it may be for design purpose, for planning, for prediction, for diagnostic, and for repairing purpose. Okay, it may be for control systems, it may be for instructions. Okay, so many characteristics and for many different fields we can design expert system. Okay, that's all for this video. I will try to record other short videos for everything that we have covered, so that we could continue easily. Thank you.